In the summer of 2025, under a sweeping piece of legislation dubbed the One Big Beautiful Bill, the United States enacted one of the most aggressive border and immigration enforcement programs in modern history. With over $170 billion earmarked for Homeland Security, the bill reserved $45 billion specifically to expand the infrastructure of civil detention through ICE. What followed was not just a policy shift, but the construction of what some advocates now call the detention industrial complex. Through a web of military bases, private corporations, repurposed prisons, and makeshift tent cities, the U.S. began building a 125,000-bed empire of confinement, like in Subscribe MGA TV 360 history. Texas Fort Bliss converted into a 5,000-bed tent facility. Dilly and Carnes expansion. Florida, Alligator Alcatraz near the Everglades, a 3,000-bed isolated camp. Kansas Leavenworth, once a federal prison, reopened as an ICE mega center. 2025, 80,000 beds, tent cities operational. 2026, 100,000 beds, private centers expanded. 2027, 116,000 beds, family detention complete. 2028 to 29, 125,000 beds, offshore facilities reactivated. Modular housing units, surplus military assets repurposed, emergency orders bypassing environmental and zoning reviews. GEO Group, 25-plus ICE contracts across Texas, Florida, Georgia. Core Civic, Midwest expansions, reactivated prisons, Caliburn International, MTC, PAE, all profiting from detention logistics. Stockholders include BlackRock, Vanguard, and Charles Schwab, meaning public pensions, and 401(k)s help fund the ICE detention industry. After 2025, share prices rebounded by over 300%, highlighting the profit incentives behind mass detention. Palantir provides AI software for tracking detainees. Thales and Axon supply biometric monitoring and facial ID tools. DHS contractors operate mobile court units, trailers for fast-track deportation hearings. Deportation flights through Classic Air Charter and iAero Group, hundreds of flights moving detainees from remote sites. Japanese internment camps, Operation Wetback, post-9/11 ICE raids. The 2025 expansion is the largest domestic detention expansion since WWII II, using security language but shifting fear into legal architecture. Families held for 412 months without court appearance, mental health crisis among long-term detainees, legal access severely restricted, solitary confinement for minors, hunger strikes at 7 facilities by 2027. ACLU and races file lawsuits. Ninth Circuit halts transfers. Congressional committees cite Eighth Amendment violations. Sanctuary cities refuse cooperation. Civil disobedience at construction sites. Mass release campaigns by faith networks. Despite resistance, the machinery persists. Over 2 million people passed through ICE detention between 2025-2029. As the U.S. approaches 2030, the shadow of mass detention defines immigration enforcement. The federal government frames it as border integrity. Critics say it reflects the criminalization of migration. History teaches us these systems rarely dismantle themselves. They must be examined, challenged, and understood because every wire fence, every biometric scan, and every stockholder payout tells a story of the world we're building.